Premier League predictions, round number 3. Liverpool versus Arsenal.
Okay everybody, and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions Premier League predictions in association with Grandstand Bettors. We are here coming to you live after what has been the most debilitating, insulting, just awful round of Premiership matches for us.
Matt Uranga should be walking behind us ringing the bell saying shame.
I mean, we always say this, you can't panic after 2 results, but we are panicking after 2 rounds of results. Ian got everything wrong last week except 1 match. I got everything wrong except 2 and possibly 3 matches, so we are in a very bad state today, and we are coming to you...
Hanging on by a thread.
We stand no chance. We are essentially Frank Lampard.
Yes.
Aston Villa versus Everton.
Aston Villa, we've had 2 good performances, but we've got no points to show for it. I must say I'm a little bit worried for you. When the early season optimism and energy goes from your side and you haven't got any points, it could be a bit of a slog for you. You need to win this game. I just don't think you've got enough to beat Everton. I think they're just going to be too savvy, but I think you're going to get a point. 1-1.
Everton got a big win. Aston Villa, really worried about you because as newly promoted sides, if you're at the bottom of the table after 5 or 6 games and you're looking up, it becomes incredibly hard, and that early season good play counts for absolutely nothing if you don't get points. Unfortunately, I see no more points coming your way. Again, I see Everton winning this one 2-1.
Norwich City versus Chelsea.
Feel bad for Norwich in this one. They just came off a big win. They're coming up. They think, oh, we've got a chance. Chelsea have looked good in every single match they played. Like, honestly, they've looked good. They looked like they deserved more. Couldn't quite beat Leicester today. Couldn't beat Leicester today. Sorry, we're doing this on Sunday. We still don't know the Man United result. Norwich, a big 3-0 victory. Huge, in fact. But I don't see them capitalizing here again. I see Chelsea with their first win under Fat Frank, 2-0.
Well, you could say if you continue to back against Chelsea, you are betting against the house. So consider me betting against the house, because much like what I said about Villa, Chelsea are playing well, but they're not getting wins. Again, they're going to a Norwich side. They had a really good win. They've got a striker in form. Carroll Road's going to be bouncing. I think Norwich are going to win this one. I think they're going to win 2-1.
Sound crack. Brighton and Hove Albion versus Southampton.
Thomas, I don't know if you are aware, or any of you out there are aware, but I am a big fan of King Ralph.
King Ralph.
And I know, I'm well aware that things have not gone quite to plan for King Ralph.
King Ralph.
And his guys that wear the King's colour. Yeah, it's pretty strong. But this is where it all gets turned around. This is where they are going to go, and they are going to go to the Amex. I had to go and check who they were playing again. They're going to take that high press game, the pressing and squeezing like they did against Liverpool, and when it's all said and done, Brighton are going to win 1-0.
I'm just going to second his result.
Sheffield United versus Leicester City.
Oh, Leicester. Could have gotten a win today if they got a little bit more lucky, but still got a draw out of a match. They probably... I don't know, maybe 1-all's fair, but still.
Probably 1-0.
Sheffield United got a win. They got a win in the Premier League, 1-0.
No way.
Unfortunately, despite your love of Chris Wilder and all things related to Oxford United, this is not going to be a second win for this team. It is in fact going to be a loss as Leicester finally find some solid footing in this league, finally get the win they deserve. They're going to win this one 2-0.
No, Leicester have been good. They've had 2 draws, but they've played okay in both the games. They're certainly finding their feet under Rodgers. I do expect them to have a good season. But let's talk Sheffield United, and let's talk ex-Oxford United legend Chris Wilder. He saved our club, everyone. He's the reason we are not still squandering around in the conference. And let's talk about John Lundstrom, who scored the winner for Sheffield United last week. Ex-Oxford midfielder, helped us get promoted a few seasons ago. So I cannot back against Sheffield United, but I can't put them down for a win. I'm going for a draw. I'm going 2 apiece.
Bored. Watford versus West Ham United.
Talk about bored. I think I'm going to be bored watching this one. I don't expect a lot to happen. It's 2 sides that haven't been great so far. They're very much struggling for goals. It's hard to see them being a lot of goals in this one. I just think Watford are going to nick it, and I think Watford are going to nick it by a Deeney goal to 0.
Is that your bonus point?
1-0.
Bonus point? Troy Deeney winner?
Yes.
Fair. I was a little bit let down by both these clubs. Obviously, our pick for Grandstand Bettors this week was Watford to win.
No, it wasn't, was it?
It was. I know. We also, I think, had Chelsea to win, so... I don't know, we're not very good at this game sometimes. Essentially,
Like and subscribe.
West Ham also failed me this week by drawing 1-1. They have looked pretty dreadful to start the season. So, I have got...
Maybe the vampire waits till the clocks to go back.
I have got the vampire himself coming out, sucking the blood from Troy Deeney to stop him from scoring goals. And I have West Ham winning this one 2-1.
Do you reckon he could be sacked?
Yeah.
Soon.
Really freaking quick.
And
they weren't
just
great
to
last
talk
year.
about sack managers. Well done, Huddersfield, for sacking Yang Siwa. That is one of the best decisions you'll ever make. Absolutely ridiculous getting rid of David Wagner. Get on your knees and try and get him back.
Hi guys, it's Tom here. I really hope you're enjoying the video. If you could please subscribe to our channel if you're enjoying it, that'd be great. Hit the notifications button so you can stay up to date on all the football news that we've got. Have a like, have a click. Please also follow our social media. I am very hot on that. Ian does nothing and it's all me. Again, please look at GRANDSTAND Bettors. They are a fantastic tipster website that know a little bit more than we do. Please have a look in the description. We always timestamp everything. And now, without any further ado, let's get back to all the good stuff.
Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Burnley.
Somehow Burnley had a decision ripped from their hands by the clowns at Arsenal, just about winning a game of football. Congratulations to them. Burnley, I feel bad for you. There's a lot of diving in that game. Poor Sean Dyche is starting to have conniption fits over it. Wolverhampton, we have absolutely no idea what you did because you play tomorrow. We are filming a little bit early on this because this asshole is moving to LinkedIn and nobody likes him.
That's why I'm moving.
But we have a lot of support for both of these teams, and because of that, I see this being a 1-1 draw.
I'm just going to back Wolves. I just think they'll edge it 2-1. I think Burnley will make it a tough game. They always make it a tough game, but they're slightly better at home than they are away. 2-1.
I'm going to rescind that. I'm going a 1-0 Wolverhampton win. I'd forgotten Burnley were away from home.
Absolutely ridiculous. You can't have 2 scores.
Yes, I can. Liverpool versus Arsenal. It's the featured game of the Premier League.
Should be a good game. There should be a lot of goals. It's two sides that like to play attacking football, but I don't see a lot of goals for Arsenal. It's not been a happy hunting ground at Anfield of previous years, and Liverpool just seem to absolutely destroy you every single time you go there. I'm going to be kind. I think it's going to be 3-1 Liverpool.
The dumpster fire in the north of London will continue its hail-raising speed down the hill. Despite winning 2-1, they are in for a terrible lesson here against Liverpool, who are on fire, having won the Super Cup and somehow beaten Southampton despite not really being in the mood to be there. I see Arsenal losing this one 5-2. Lots of goals, but you can't honestly tell me that David Luiz isn't going to be found out by that attacking trio.
Arsenal to go 2-0 up and then
Concede 5 in the second
instead of
half.
shutting up shop, they just continue to maraud forward.
David Luiz spends 90% of his match in the opposition's penalty area.
Yeah, you could have-
Even when the ball is down the other end, he's
Tom,
still up
I'll
there.
tell you what, if it is 5-2, you can get a vote.
AFC Bournemouth versus Manchester City.
City officially are a club in crisis. They didn't win. They bring to an end their winning run in the Premier League. That's twice now they've had to resort to blatant cheating to try and get a win over Tottenham, and they've been found out rightly by VAR. Stop cheating, City. Win fairly. You're good enough. I believe in you. And this is a good team for them to play. Bournemouth will part the Red Sea like they normally do when they play a good side. It's going to be big. I think it's going to be 5-0 City.
Ian, I'm going to back AFC Bournemouth in this match.
No way, you're not.
To lose.
Oh, I was going to say.
4-0 City win.
You don't do the crazy ones like I do.
No.
Tottenham Hotspurs versus Newcastle United.
Oh, Steve Bruce. Oh, mate. Could you have asked for a worse match? I mean, it could be City, I suppose, or Liverpool. But really, only those two would make your day any worse than this. Newcastle have not looked great since the season started. They don't look great anyway most of the time, but normally Rafa Benitez can corral them into something resembling a unit. I do not see that happening today against Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur are going to blitzkrieg through the Newcastle defence like a blowtorch through butter. Tottenham Hotspur 4, Newcastle United 0.
I am a one-man picket line with his board marching round in a circle shouting, "Give Steve Bruce a chance! Give him a chance, Newcastle fans. He's the guy. He's your long-term saviour. He's going to guide you to safety. You're going to have a really good season, maybe even Europe in the next couple of years. You just got to give him time and let the players gel. And maybe don't judge him on this game, because I also think Tottenham will win. And I think they'll win 2-0. And it's time for the main event.
Manchester United hosting Crystal Palace Football Club.
What's on there? Your team? So you lose it.
United had a really good win, 4-0. Haven't played since then. Obviously Chelsea have played twice. Man United are playing Wolverhampton Wanderers on Monday, which is tomorrow. We don't know what's happened, but obviously they're going to win 3-1 because that's what I predicted and I'm always right. Like this last week when I beat you in the second round of games. But more importantly, Wolverhampton Wanderers, no, Crystal Palace are useless. They
a crazy man rambling.
Crystal Palace aren't going to bring anything to this. Wilfried Zaha is the only player worth his salt. It's like a bunch of like soggy pieces of bread that have been soaked in egg. No one wants them. No one has an interest in this. They're cooked. They're done. Throw them out. Man United 4, Crystal Palace 0.
Once again, Thomas, I cannot agree with this ludicrous bias towards Manchester United. Roy Hodgson is a wise and sage old manager, and he knows, he can smell an imposter, a fraud, and a charlatan. And he smells one in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He is going to take his Crystal Palace guys up to Old Trafford. He's going to pull down their pantaloons, and he is going to give them a right good spanking. Remember, this is a guy that nearly guided England to a win over Iceland. Crystal Palace 2, Manchester United 0. I don't know why he's laughing. I will be the one laughing all the way to the bank, baby.